Our final award this evening is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a PGA golf professional, the PGA Southwest PGA Golf Professional of the Year. And before we turn our eyes to the screen for a brief video on his background and what he's done to the game and for the Southwest section, I just want to say this one's a special one for me. I've had the honor and opportunity to work very closely with Greg over the last 5 years in helping lead the Southwest section. And I can't think of a golf professional anywhere that's more deserving of this honor and this recognition. So join me in watching the screen with a brief video on Mr. Greg Leicht.
Passionate.
Faithful.
Personable.
Unpretentious.
Selfless.
Humble.
He's just a down-to-earth, friendly guy, one of the best listeners I've ever had a conversation with. He's just a genuinely good man.
Greg Leicht is a selfless professional who puts family and the needs of others first.
Greg Leicht is amazing. He's selfless, dedicated, compassionate, and a kind person.
Well, my family moved out here when I was in 6th grade, playing all the sports and things. I went to Scottsdale High School for the first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year. Played all the sports, football, baseball, basketball. It became pretty evident pretty quickly that baseball was going to be my sport of choice. It was the one that I seemed to be excelling at the most. It was the one that I enjoyed the most. Playing in the summer and in the fall became pretty prevalent, and I enjoyed playing baseball, and that's where I was getting the most attention, so I focused a lot on baseball. And then I started talking to a few people that worked in the golf business as far as if you don't make it as a player, you could make it from the greenskeeping side and be a superintendent. You could be a club operator. You could be a teacher. So I started putting feelers out and resumes out and started trying to get jobs in the golf business around the Scottsdale and Phoenix area. Gave me a chance to meet Milt Coggins and Tom Lambie, and they would take me out, play 9 holes with them. We'd go play other facilities around. They would call, and I'd get to tag along and play and see how I would do. And when I started to beat them, is when they started to say, yes, you have the game that's going to be able to become a PGA member and pass the PAT and all that. I started my career at TPC Scottsdale, very bottom of the ladder, working guest service out there, picking the range, cleaning carts. The last 4 years I was there, I was the special events director, what you'd call the tournament director these days, running the Phoenix Open, working with the Thunderbirds, working with the PGA Tour. All those things were invaluable to me that I was able to take away. When I was hired at Thunderbirds Golf Club at the time was the name, we were about 4 to 6 months from opening the facility at that time. So the holes had been mostly shaped, but there was still lots of detail to handle, lots of things to do.
It was Greg and I that worked incredibly hard to open that golf course. And you can try to outwork him, but you're not going to do it.
We could lean on each other, and we operated that facility more like a team.
We joke all the time about how many times our paths should have crossed before they actually did, but that Rascal Flatts song, you bless the broken road. Our road was definitely broken a ways, but it got us to where we are. It makes us who we are, and I think that's why we're good together, and I can't really imagine it being any different.
A gentleman named Chris Leicht came to one of our section meetings. He said, we need help coaching Special Olympics programs around the state. If any of you want to help out, here's my name and number, give me a call and we'll talk you through it.
Well, his enthusiasm is amazing. He's a perfectionist and he loves what he does. And when you love what you do, it just comes natural.
Special Olympics is a great organization, but you have to have somebody to ask you, and that's Greg. Greg goes out and gets those individuals to come in and be a part of this event and make it what it is.
To watch Greg on site at a Special Olympics event is unreal. The kids and the athletes all respect him. He's engaged and he makes it fun for the athletes. He's really brought the Southwest PGA and the Special Olympics community together in what's a wonderful event.
We are probably one of the most respected golf programs in the whole nation, and it's all because of Greg.
This is one of the best things I do, and it's because of Greg Leicht and his commitment and his dedication to the Special Olympics, as well as just the game of golf and the PGA itself.
I can't even imagine attending or being a part of a Special Olympics golf tournament without Greg's fingerprints on it.
In my heart, I feel like he wanted people to know that individuals with special needs can do anything and they have so much to offer. And I think that was one of the reasons that Greg started the program.
He's just an individual who is well-rounded and really does a fantastic job to make sure that golf is something that continues for a long time.
I had been at very high-end facilities, I'd been at moderately priced facilities, and I wanted the opportunity to manage multiple facilities at the same time. So this opportunity fit into where I wanted to go in my career.
It's just awesome what he does outside of the community. And I look for that to happen with Phoenix Golf too. I think he'll do something special for the community through Phoenix Golf.
Mentoring is the whole key to our association.
He doesn't realize how many people he's helped and he's touched over the years. I think the reach is far greater than he'll ever admit or ever believe.
Greg's committed to his golf professional career, and he's committed to making sure the Southwest PGA is always at the forefront. He realizes that it's an important and integral part of who we are as an organization, to be involved in the community and to be involved in helping our members be the best they can be.
I have people all the time tell me how great he is, whether it's Special Olympics or section leadership or just that he's the official out on the golf course. Greg's really well respected, and I have people from all walks of life tell me how much they love him and respect working for him and enjoy the time that they spend with him.
I think he's highly respected in the state and the region and also nationally because of his leadership in the Southwest PGA.
I feel like I need to now set an even better example, raise the bar even higher for what I do in my career and everyday life and everything that I do. I feel like now earning it is even more important than it was getting it.
We expect Phoenix Golf to be the best municipal golf in the United States.
And every decision he's made for the section or for his business or anything we do personally is always just do the right thing.
He's my go-to guy when I need an idea or I have a question about what works and what doesn't work in a golf operation.
He's very easy to understand and very easy to relate to. It makes him very engaging.
The Southwest section wouldn't be where we are today without Greg's dedication and commitment over a 20-year period.
I think it's how good he is with people that makes him so good at what he does.
I think it's just frosting on the cake. It's awesome.
He's been a fantastic addition to our operation, and he's helped us make golf in Phoenix better.
Greg is remarkable. He's just a good human. He's just a good human being.
He really cares.
That was great, thank you.
Well, it's absolutely deserving. You know, they mentioned in the video you played a bunch of sports, but then you got locked in on baseball. When and how did the transition to a career in golf materialize?
Well, as Reed and other individuals in here have kind of alluded to, you know, you have dreams as a youngster of playing a professional sport of some sort. A lot of kids do, and in baseball had kind of become that. And I'd gotten to a certain age and had sustained the injury bug as happens to people through their careers. And I was getting to the point where I was saying, you know, I got to make a decision on what I'm going to do here. Am I going to continue to pursue this, or am I going to do something else? So I kind of had a talk with myself, and I said, you know what? I love golf. Golf is fun. I play it okay, not that great at the time. I was out of high school already in college, and I'm thinking I need to do something for a career. And I thought, you know, this golf thing's pretty cool because you could either play it professionally and live the big life on the tour, or all these other gentlemen that I'm starting to get to meet that are running clubs or they're superintendents or whichever. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take this path, and I'm gonna see where this leads me at that age. And I kind of took a little bit of a leap of faith with myself, saying I'm gonna leave this to the side, and I'm gonna pursue this golf thing at that point.
And so you started working at Coronado, working the grounds crew at Coronado and lighted range for Mill Coggins and Tom Lambie. At the time, did you recognize how valuable being under their tutelage was in becoming a PGA professional?
You know, it's funny. No, I had no idea. I had applied for a few jobs around the valley and didn't get any of them. I didn't belong to a country club. I didn't play high school golf. I didn't know anybody. So I applied at a few places and didn't get positions, and then I saw an ad for groundskeeper at Coronado Golf Course. I said, well, this would be great. I can learn this side of the business that I've already sort of interested in a little bit, and maybe I'll get a chance to practice and play and such. And that's what I did. And so then once I got the job and started doing it, I really enjoyed it. And I loved the job, and it led me to be able to take the time after I was finished. I'd go home and rest for an hour or so, and then I'd come back to the golf course, and I'd hit balls. Like you mentioned, it was a lighted practice area,
Yeah.
so I could hit balls until 9 o'clock at night. And then I would try to figure out the golf swing. How's this golf ball do what it does? I didn't know, so I had to try to figure that out, self-taught kind of thing. And I would help the kids pick the balls up at the end of the night, and I'd go home and wake up in the morning and do it all over again. That's what I just did every day. And being able to talk to Tom and Milt about the golf business and stuff, it just started to drive my passion even more to say, wow, this is pretty great.
Right.
I think I want to be a part of this for a long time.
Right. And if you haven't played with Greg, hitting it short off the tee is not a problem. He can flat bomb it with anybody. So, mentoring has been the theme of the evening. Aside from Milt and Tom, are there any other professionals who has helped you get where you are today?
Yeah, I would say that was a lucky thing that I wound up working for Milt and Tom. It wasn't anything that I planned. And so along the way, as I kept getting these different positions in golf, I kept running into these individuals who were these outstanding golf professionals who wound up being some of the best golf professionals in the country and in our section and such. And I just kept running into these individuals who were so great. So a few of them that come to mind for me is Brian Whitcomb.
Brian Whitcomb, yes.
I mean, an outstanding individual who you just watch what Brian does every day, and you want to be just like he is. I love Brian's passion. I love how he cared. I love how real he was. And another gentleman in the room tonight, Mark Kazire. Mark Kazire is so professional. He's a past president of the PGA of America. I mean, and run great facilities and such. And just following Mark and picking his brain. And anybody in the room that knows me knows I'll ask you a million questions. And I'll ask anything under the sun, and I'm not afraid if somebody doesn't think I know anything. Mark Black, who was in the room. All these, so many individuals in the room, and different individuals in the room as well, like a Gary Dawson, who's here tonight supporting me,
Yep.
which Gary didn't have to come here. Gary and I worked together for 30 years at TPC, where we started, and teaching me how to teach golf lessons and such and things. So I've had just so many mentors. Kathy Wilkes, who's here in our section, she taught me so much about relationships, about people. She's fantastic as well. So I've been so fortunate. I've worked with Scott Watkins. I worked with Bill Forrest. All these great
Pretty
people.
impressive group.
That John Jackson. I mean, just all these people come to my life. So I'm very lucky. That's why I've been able to be successful.
Very blessed. And so now you've taken the mantle and you're mentoring young professionals throughout your career. How rewarding is it for you to see those young professionals advance in their careers?
Well, it's what it's all about. When you see young professionals that you're able to just give a little bit of knowledge to and have them, ask you questions, and they wind up being successful in their careers, it's what it's all about. It's the one thing that drives me now, that and giving back into the community and such. So, and I feel that's just giving back as well. I had one gentleman tell me one time, so you guys as PGA professionals, it's an interesting career you have. You guys pretty much train other people to take your job.
That's right.
That's what he told me. I said, I never really thought about it that way, but you're exactly right. That's what we do. Our job is to train them to do our job, and a lot of times better than we're even doing it. So we have to get those jobs either elsewhere or, yes, our job. I want people that worked for me to want my job.
Right.
That was one of the questions I would always ask them. Do you want my job?
You've used the quote, leadership is not about being the best, it's about making everyone else better, as your inspiration. How do you apply that as a PGA professional?
Yeah, it's I've never been one that likes the spotlight, never been one that wants the attention to be on me. It needs to be on everybody else, and what can I do to help them? And one day if I can sit back and see just a group of people that have been successful, or facilities that have been successful, or whatever it is, and if they're winning, then I feel like I'm winning. So that's all I want. I want them to be successful. I want them to do well. And if they're doing well and they're leading the way, then I'm doing my job.
You've worked on the maintenance crew. I've known you since you were working outside at TPC. Known you forever. You were at Vestal Golf Club in South Phoenix. You were at Cascada in Vegas. And now you're the director of golf overseeing the city of Phoenix's 7 golf courses. What have been some of your most rewarding experiences, both personally and professionally, throughout your career in golf?
Well, I'd say that the luckiest thing I ever did was I met Carol, my wife Carol. That's the most fortunate thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
And the section. It's the best thing that happened to the section.
Yes. Yeah, without her, I'm none of this. She gives me, I call her the Barbara Nicholas of the PGA, because she does everything for me to allow me to go off and do whatever it is I need to do. She's fantastic. And I would say that one of the things that's been so great to me all along is all the people I've been able to help and have her help me. And success really for me has been from the facility standpoint.
Let's talk about Special Olympics. You inspired me to get involved with the foundation and PGA Golf Day and Special Olympics, and it was a wonderful experience. What is it about the program that sparked your involvement?
Well, when Chris, as he said, or we said, came out and spoke to us at our meeting and just said, hey, we need help running the Special Olympics programs and just help with coaching. I said, well, I can do that. That's great. So as some of you may or may not know, I have a brother who has Down syndrome. So for me, it was very easy to be engaged with the athletes and be a part of that. It was very, very easy. So from the very first night I was at the practices and saw it, I went, wow, this is incredible. I love it. I want to be a part of it forever. And we just continue to take the program to a whole new level every single year as we got involved in this section.
So how proud are you of the development of the program and the involvement of our local professionals and the section, and from where it first began to where it is today?
Yeah, it's incredible.
It was your vision. It was your vision from the start.
Yes, it was, but as a group, we don't do it unless we do it together as a group. So yes, I thought, you know what, we're going to take this, and as my team knows, every time what we're going to do, we're going to try to make it better next year than it was the year before. So we're just always trying to make it just a little bit better. I always feel like you're either getting better or you're getting worse, and we were getting better every year. And my goal was to just grow it to where it was unbelievable, till it was not rivaled by any other competition.
It was a tremendous program. So obviously you've got your beautiful family here, and you know, we can all agree you and Carol are a package deal. You've shared in many career highlights, honors, and achievements. Tonight, however, you have the opportunity to share this special recognition with your extended family. How much does it mean to have them here tonight seeing you receive this award?
Yeah, I've got my entire team at Phoenix is here. I've got Inger Erickson here, so thank you, Inger, for coming. She's our parks director for the city. Very, very busy lady, and took time out to come here. And Cynthia Aguilar, who's my deputy. Incredible that they've come here. My entire golf team is here. Mike Schwartz, Lori Murray, Bob Pankratz, Chad Trinan's here, Mark Durbis, Ken Elin. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anybody that's here. I think everybody is here to support me in this role, and that means the world to me. They're such great people, and putting teams together like that, that's what really drives me. I'm a team sport guy, so being able to put strong teams together and great people, that's a passion for me, for sure. Okay. And my family that's here. Right. The fact that my parents are able to be here, you know, you do so many things as PGA professionals, and your families are never around most of the time for stuff. So have my family here, my sister and her husband Jerry, my sister Kim, and all my girls, Alexis, Sarah, and Ellie and Megan, having my entire family. I got all girls, by the way, which is great. So anyway, I got Paul McDonald here supporting me as well. Yeah. It's just fantastic to have so many wonderful people. My mother-in-law, Kathy Hankey's here. She's fantastic, so much support for me. I can't do any of this stuff, as you all know, without being able to leave home knowing that things are in good shape, and it all starts with Carol. I pretty much owe my career and everything I've been able to do to Carol. I really do. She should get a round of applause from everybody. Absolutely. Because what she's done is... We all know we leave early in the morning, we come back late. When you're involved like you are, being the president of the section, and you're away, so thank you for your time. that I know how much that is and how much that takes, where you're gone for sometimes days and weeks at a time. And then you get back to your job and you're there all day and you come back. So it's fantastic to have that kind of support at home. And Michael Miller, the relationship that we've had, fantastic. I just love the section and the staff that you put together and where our section has gone, including this night. You've done such a fantastic job. So another mentor of mine that I think is great, and a friend of mine that I really enjoy spending so much time with, is Jamie Lewis. Mm-hmm. Jamie Lewis and I are brothers. We've been together through this for a long time. And Jamie, I also call you whenever I need anything as well. So I'll ask Jamie, hey, what do you think? And that's one of my famous things that I tell my team all the time. And one of the questions I tell them all the time is, when I ask them, what do you think? I really want to know what they think and find solutions together as we grow and make things even better. So thank you, Jay. I appreciate it.
You bet. So, I mean, I've known you a long time, and you've been a mentor, you've been a leader, you've been a contributor, you've been everything what that video said, and I can't be more proud to be able to share this evening with you tonight and all our friends and family here. So, on behalf of our 1,200 members and associates, Southwest Section PGA, I want to congratulate you on being our golf professional of the year. It is most deserving.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. And you and I also have known each other for so long. You're a mentor and a friend of mine as well.
Thank you.
And so many individuals who all know that I ask them a million questions all the time, and I just love it. So thank you.
Right.
I appreciate it. And this is the beginning, as I said in the video. This just means to me that it's time to start to work harder and earn this. So thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it, Jay. Thank you.
You.